If I had a nickel for every project that Tom has started and then said, why did I start this? About an hour in.
There may not be a YouTube channel if you did that.
We'd be on a beach somewhere. Do you get like really excited about projects at the beginning and then you get partway in and you're like, this, I was gonna say this isn't fun anymore.
I think I overlook the amount of work that they are going to be.
Yeah.
I get excited about them, I start them, and then like, not remorse, but just
reality.
the project sucks the life out of me rapidly fast.
Yeah. And so today we want to show you Tom's progress on our premium luxury vinyl plank flooring and
PLVP.
So the joke around our house, we shared it last week, but we have friends that have vinyl plank flooring and we're like, oh, we love vinyl plank flooring. They're like, well, it's luxury vinyl plank. And so that's kind of the joke around our house.
Which is why we're joking that we have PLVP.
So Tom found premium luxury vinyl plank and it has been a premium pain in the butt to install.
Yeah.
And so we'll
in my butt.
Yeah, no, for Tom. So let's back up. So again, explain real quick what happened in the middle of our floor that caused the problems that started all this.
So our house was carpet on the half we're sitting in when we bought the house, and the other half was linoleum. And when I peeled it all up before we moved in to put down the flooring we had, I found out that the levels of the subfloor were a 1/4 inch off from each other. I didn't want to it was either a money thing, I didn't want to pay for the plywood on this side, or it was a time thing. I just wanted to get the flooring done so we could get moved into the house. And so I took self-leveler and I dumped it down the seam and I tried to feather it because I mean, I've done tons of auto body and I was like, I can blend that.
Right.
Because it said it needed to be like 1/8 of an inch or smaller of a gap and the flooring would conform to it and it'd be fine. And I'm like, totally fine. What I didn't anticipate is the self-leveler started hardening rapidly fast. And so when I got from one end of the floor to the other, I got the one end good, and by the time I got to the other end, it had to reset up. And then it was just,
Yeah. So it actually lasted, even though there was kind of unevenness and like
there was a little wave to
underneath it. The vinyl plank, even though they were just the cheap vinyl planks, still lasted for several years before we had any problems. But over time, it started cracking.
Cracking, breaking, pulling apart.
So
then rapidly got worse.
It was,
and for the last 1.5 years, it has just been one big section of broken floor.
And it bothers Tom to no end because...
Well, it bothers me and it embarrasses me when we have people come over. I know that I did everything in the house and I feel like everyone else does too, who knows us, who come to our home. And it bothers me when something I did isn't still right.
Yes.
Even though I didn't want to do it right to begin with.
So this has been something we've been talking about for quite a while to find a way to fix it or replace it.
You want to catch my shoes here? These shoes.
Oh man, Tom.
I think this is the last project these shoes are good for.
All right, you'll retire them after this?
Yeah, I think I've got my money worth out of them now.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think
you got your money's worth like
I think they
6 months ago.
I think I finally got my money worth out of a pair of shoes.
I'm surprised you don't trip over that.
They're so comfortable.
Yeah. So we thought if we're gonna go through all of that work, we had been eyeing up some
PLVP
at the home improvement store. Like every time we went in there, we would look at it. And so we're like, if we're gonna go through all that work, let's put down something that we really love, and then we're gonna reuse this in our office building.
Yep. And so we even were so sure that we wanted to get rid of this flooring, but didn't know what. We had gotten samples over the years. We bought a box of this flooring like, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and clicked it all together on top of our floor and just left it sit there.
Yeah.
Like, how do we are we gonna like it at different times of day?
Yep. So that was the plan. So like as soon as the video was done last Friday when we were talking about this, Tom got started on it. So we moved all the furniture out, which was kind of tricky in our small house, but you met Tom's a master one-man mover. So he made it work.
My back does not thank you.
Yeah. And then you started pulling it up. The old stuff came up incredibly
wildly
easy.
fast, way faster than the install.
And then the next step was that you did have to put 1/4 inch sheeting plywood?
Yeah, I sheeted this entire half of the house with 1/4 inch plywood. I used PL400 to glue it down, and then I stapled it like crazy everywhere. So now the whole floor is perfectly flat. Well, not perfectly, but it's flat.
Yep, and so then you were ready to like start flying, putting in the PLVP, and that wasn't necessarily what happened. So we're gonna show you the progress, but first, a quick word from our favorite sponsor. Super awesome Christmas gift idea?
What?
Super awesome Christmas gift idea?
Yeah, no, like the best gift you could give anyone. I don't know. Is someone gonna give someone a mattress? Sorry, that's kind of a big gift.
I think a
You
mattress
totally caught
would
me
be
off guard with that.
Did you mean but throw pillows?
Don't get anyone throw pillows.
I think a mattress would be a phenomenal Christmas gift. Here's what I am so surprised by. Since we've started talking about mattresses, I can't believe how many people dislike their mattress and do not get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, it's kind of wild, actually.
Yeah.
Or, no, not wild. Disgusting.
Well, for something that is so important, not anymore.
Not
So we have our
anymore.
Helix mattress, and there is just no going back
Yeah.
once you get a really good night's sleep. And so what we really appreciate about Helix is you go online, you take their sleep quiz. We even helped my grandma with this recently. We nailed it with her.
Yeah.
She still calls my aunt, she calls us and says how much she loves her Helix mattress.
We didn't nail it. Helix did. We didn't make a mattress.
Well, I mean, we got it just right for her though, right? What's so great about it though is that you go online, you take the sleep quiz, they match you with it. We have the Helix Dusk Luxe, and then you get 100 nights to try it out. So you sleep on it, test it out, and if you don't love it, they will take care of returning it and refunding all your money. But I don't know. I don't think you're gonna return it.
We have several other friends who have gotten Helix mattresses after we started talking about them and telling everyone how much we love ours, and they've all, we're like really nervous, like,
I know.
did they like it? Did they not
I know.
like it? And they're like, we love it.
Yeah.
But like now the problem is, I can't get up for work in the morning because I sleep too long.
So if you follow our link down below, you will save up to $200. You'll get 2 free pillows, and you are gonna also get some really awesome sleep.
Yeah.
So have I convinced you that it would be a really good Christmas gift?
Me?
Yeah,
Good luck. Actually, you could wrap it. It comes in a pretty small box.
it does. I mean, it gets delivered to your door. Shipping is included. You could totally wrap it up and then set it up Christmas morning. It was super easy to set up. So.
Yep, Christmas night, you'd be sleeping like a baby.
All right, so then you started putting it together, and I'm just like, all I could hear is like frustration from the other room.
Yeah, it like 2 or 3 pieces went together really well. And then like this old flooring, you could like kind of like curve the whole sheet so you could get them. You got to click them in the long way and then click them in, or click them in the short way, then click them in the long way. And you have to kind of like work down the rows and slower than I'd hoped. This flooring is much more rigid than the other flooring. The other flooring, you can bend it and twist it. This is much stiffer, so clicking the joints together is taking a little longer. It's a little more difficult to get them all popped in place. This new stuff was not flexing the way I wanted to get it all in really well. And so it took me a while to figure out a system. I ended up having to kind of hammer them together just like you would real wood flooring. So that ended up working better. It still wasn't easy, but it worked better.
Well, and then because you're having to put so much like force on it, the whole floor was kind of shifting then.
Yes, it's a dimensional stable floor, so it's not gonna expand or contract with temperature, but it's still a floating floor, so you need to leave a 1/4 inch perimeter on the whole floor so it can still kind of move if it needs to. So I was trying to maintain that, but like Dawn said, I got like half of this entire room done, and I could move the entire floor with me sitting on it by how hard I was trying to get the pieces together.
I'll grab one of the old pieces. Do you have a new piece?
Yeah,
handy?
there's some right here.
So this is, sorry.
I was
This
like,
is how much, like you can, like the original stuff is like very flexible.
this,
Does not flex.
very little flex.
So that was like our joke the whole time. It was like, we just had to go with the premium luxury vinyl
Had to
plank,
get the
right?
good stuff.
So that made it a lot harder.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it feels like, walking on it, you can tell the difference between the two.
It feels like a night and day higher quality material,
Yeah.
product for sure.
So it definitely feels good. And this, the new stuff we got has like a little bit of a hand scraped texture. And
Can you get it?
it really does. I mean, it looks very nice.
I don't know if you can get it or not. It feels, I love how it feels on my feet because it's not like we had just perfectly smooth for so many years. Now we get a little bit of a texture.
Well, and then the other thing that happened, so Tom started working on it on Friday, kind of like afternoon into the evening. And you had just a few pieces together that night when we were going to bed, and you're like, I don't know about this color. He's just like,
Don's like, oh, what do you think? I was like, I don't know that I like it. And I'm not sure, I personally am not sure now that I have this little bit of flooring down, if I like it.
We had put, what, 2 boxes together in one box and laid it at different places around the floor to see if we would like it.
I like how it feels. It has the hand scraped feel, so it's not perfectly flat. I like the way it feels. And I like that they're wider than what we had.
And I'm like, we have like, what, 60 boxes piled up in there, already putting something together. I'm like, can we really change our mind now?
I know, I thought the same thing, but I thought, I really don't like it.
But we don't want to go through all that expense and time and energy for something we didn't like. It looks different in the evening, definitely.
Yeah, it totally, like with daylight and interior lights, it totally changes color as the day goes.
In the evening, it looks very gray, and so then it made it kind of like, oh, that
And I think it was the gray that it looked like in the evening in just a small section versus the other half of our house that I've looked at for the last 5.5 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, it feels cold. It feels really cold.
But then it was like, the sun came up the next morning, and you look at it in daylight, and you see all the warm tones of it. So once you kept going and got a good chunk in, then it was like, okay, no, I think we really like it.
So it took me a day to get all this in. So once I got this half of the house done, I wanted to put the furniture back immediately because you couldn't walk around anywhere.
Yeah.
It was literally furniture stacked everywhere. So I wanted to get all of our furniture and everything back. I also wanted to do that so that I could see what it looked like.
Sure, kind of
the floor,
broken up.
because I'm like right now all I'm looking at is floor. Like, let's get our stuff back on here and see. And as soon as I put it all back, I'm like, all right, we're good. That looks awesome. Yep, that looks great.
Yeah, so I agree. I love it. I think it totally updates the feel of our house.
And I think our house was bright to begin with, but I feel like this just brings it up another level of brightness and gives it more of like a, I don't want to use the word trendy, but like makes it feel more current.
I agree. Yeah. Well, and when we were selling real estate too, I mean, we would always tell people, if you can afford to put in new flooring and new paint when you go to sell your house, it completely changes the whole feel.
And by saying that, you don't have to put the top of the line in when you're selling. You don't have to
get premium.
But you do, you can go with this stuff.
You can get this stuff. Just do a good job installing it.
Yeah. No, but if you choose a good color, you can go with the cheaper stuff and still get way more bang for your bucks on a house than with whatever was. Yeah.
Totally. And it really does. It is amazing how much it changes the feel of our house.
And even if you want to go cheaper than that, if you have a house that's full of carpet and you're going to sell it, just put brand new of whatever the color carpet that's the most common at the time of sale. It's amazing that too. It eliminates odors. It feels like when people walk through your house, it feels good on their feet. It's amazing when there's new carpet in a house, it just changes. New carpet and new appliances. Isn't that wild?
I know.
The amount of like crappy houses we've sold.
I know. And we're like,
with new appliances and new carpet.
Look past the $3,000 of new carpet. Like, you know, like, but it is amazing.
It is.
So now this was actually the easy side of the house because there weren't a lot of weird corners and doorways and stuff to go through. We can live in this side of the house again, so I'm not rushing Tom when he feels ready, like that he's mustered up that energy.
I need my knees to recover.
Yeah. So it'll probably be a little bit yet, and that is totally fine because we can live in it now, so it's fine. But we also wanted to get this half done because we wanted to put up the Christmas tree. So
that was true too.
Yeah. So we don't have the base trim down yet, which is totally fine. But we're gonna get the Christmas tree pulled out, and so why don't we get to work on that? Adeline is so organized, she divided everybody's ornaments so they can put on their own. And I know I've talked about quite a bit that I just have one bin of Christmas stuff, and so the question always comes up, does that include the ornaments? And it actually does. We put all of our ornaments in here, along with, I just really don't have a lot of Christmas decorations, just a few. And for us, it all fits in here, but it you know, you do you. However much Christmas stuff you wanna have, especially this year, you go for it. Okay, 2 quick tips when it comes to the Christmas tree. The Rambling Redhead, can you stop a second?
Oh, I thought I'd be sweeping in the background.
They can't see you.
Oh, you can't see me.
So the Rambling Redhead recommends wearing your rubber kitchen gloves when you're fluffing the tree so your hands don't get all prickly and dried out. This is a game changer. This is awesome.
Are you recording you? She's telling the truth.
Wow, Carmen, you're really getting those bottom branches, aren't you?
Yeah, I did one bottom branch. They're all the way to here.
Yeah. Can you show how dirty the gloves are? I don't know if it'll show very well, but our tree is very dirty, I'm realizing. Okay, Gage was just tracking down the lights for us. So you got our lights from last year. Look, I even wrapped them around cardboard. Wasn't I so organized? But here is a fun tip. This was from Proverbs 31 Girl on Instagram.
You can't see it.
These are twinkling lights. So she says to put one strand, just one strand of twinkling lights kind of on the inside of your tree, and it gives it kind of like a magical sparkle. So we're gonna put one strand of these on the inside.
And then these.
And then the rest of those. But she said just to do one strand because she said she tried to do more one year and it was hard to look at the tree. So we don't want to do that, right? Okay, so one strand of these, 2 strands of those, and then we'll put the ornaments on. All right, we need Tom to fix the top of the tree. Do you remember why we have a tree that doesn't fit in our house now?
Yeah, when we bought this tree, we had very tall ceilings in our townhome.
Yeah.
So what am I doing? I'm just making this point
Yeah, just
up.
make it look like, okay. You can move the angel up a little. We don't really have a topper either because the hopper doesn't really fit, so. We've never actually put the tree over here, but I think it's gonna work out pretty good. Oh, beautiful. All right, that looks good. Are we ready to light it up?
Yes.
Okay, Gage is gonna do the honors. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Yay! It looks pretty. It takes a second for the twinkle lights to start twinkling, so we were worried they were broken at first.
Wait.
Wait.
They're twinkling
Oh, there
now.
they go. Now they're twinkling. Yay! Good work, guys. That only took the kids like 5 minutes to do. I think this is a record for decorating the tree. Do you like the twinkle lights on it?
Yeah, I think the effect at nighttime will be
I think it's
greater.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Yep.
Well, and we hope you had a great Thanksgiving too. Ours was great, lots of good food, and
Super uneventful. We stayed home.
well, we stayed in the area.
I mean, that's home.
Yeah.
I think if you don't go more than 2 miles, you stayed home.
Okay, we stayed home. No, it was nice, and it does feel a little strange that it's already like now full on Christmas time. So I think we're pretty ready for it, and I think it doesn't have to be too stressful this
It
year.
doesn't really
so.
matter if we are ready or not.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna go well. So fun to have the Christmas tree up. Now it feels like Christmas. It looks really good on the new flooring, and so Tom will keep plugging away on the other side. And
So just so you know, though, Dawn doesn't do these projects, but she supports. She sat on a stool the entire day and watched me or visited with me while I did the flooring, which I was like, that's pretty awesome that you just hung out with me.
you're welcome. I helped clean up stuff too.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mean. I meant like you didn't put the flooring down. What?
I'm just saying. Like,
I'm trying to give you a compliment.
No, it's fine. I was trying to keep Tom company, so
I appreciated it.
yeah, it was good.
Have I got a deal for you before we go? This gal right here spent 3 months virtually nonstop, like quite literally, working on creating a workbook that is a step-by-step guide to help you or your friends or your family or your mother or your cousin or your sister or your brother, anybody you've never even met, how to declutter their house efficiently.
Yes, so it actually, the pre-order starts today. We have a Black Friday through Cyber Monday special. So $20 plus $4 shipping in the US. So we'll put a link for that down below. This likely will be the cheapest that we ever offer it. We have a limited number because we just didn't know how many to order ahead of time.
Right.
But we wanted to let you know that it is available now. So thank you for all of your kindness and support around it. I truly hope it's helpful for anyone, whether they've watched our videos or not. It's meant to be standalone to guide anyone through decluttering their house. And we still worked in a lot of our really key ideas like inventory and the endowment effect and the hierarchy of happiness to just really help bring that shift in how we look at stuff. It's just under 170 full color pages. So I wanted it to be beautiful and helpful. So we'll put that link down below. It'll begin shipping mid-December and should arrive in time for holiday gifts. So.
Correct.
Thank you, sir, for your support. We are so grateful for you, and we hope that you have a really great weekend. We love you, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye bye. Link in the description for the book?
You know it.
Or is it like over our faces?
Yeah, it's down below.